Welcome to Destination Eat Drink, the travel channel for foodies. I'm Brent Peterson, an American living in Portugal, but today we're in Seville, Spain. And I thought we'd do a video in and around the cathedral and the Alcazar, two of the biggest attractions here in Seville. So we'll visit them later, but we'll also try some great tapas in this neighborhood as well. And we'll fuel up this morning. Can't all be tapas 24/7. We got to start with a little bit of breakfast. So we're at Bio Mio. This is a little healthy breakfast brunch spot. And Karen got marinated tofu and mango salad with edamame. Really fresh. Really good. Fresh squeezed OJ. Always in Spain. Seville's famous for its oranges. Although you walk around here, you'll see orange trees, especially this time of year, flush with bright orange fruit. You don't want to eat it. Those oranges are very, very, very sour. They're not really edible off the tree. But there are great Spanish oranges to make orange juice with, and this is fresh squeezed and delicious. All right, what did I get? Well, I got this little breakfast sandwich. It is spinach and avocado with an egg on top and vegan bacon. This roll is soft and toasted. Good avocado. That will definitely keep us energized because we're going to be going all day today. Obrigado. Gracias. All right, I'm a little flustered. We've been waiting quite a while here for this table. I'll tell you where we are. We're at Bodim Romeo. See, I'm flustered. So anyway, this place, classic tapas joint, but it is absolutely jammed today. We walked in and every seat was taken. They took our name for a table. We were 7th in line. And they said, but if you find a place at the bar, go ahead and grab that. Well, little did we know, it wasn't so much a line as a scrum. First couple of times, people just absolutely elbowed in front of us to grab places at the bar. Which is fine. I mean, if I would have known it was a physical competition like a football game, then I would have practiced some of my sharp elbows and rugby moves. But no, I didn't know that. So they made it in front of us. We finally found one chair at the bar and we're able to place an order, but then our table came up. So now we're seated comfortably away from the scrum. And that's not to be critical. It was funny. It was, it was an experience. Anyway, we got to watch all the people eating their food. It looks amazing. And the lady behind the bar made sure that we got a glass of wine. I don't know where it's from. I didn't see the bottle, but the wine is excellent. Gracias. The wine is excellent for a house wine. Okay, so what did we get? I got dressed, which translates to dressed potatoes. And in this part of Spain, what we would think of as potato salad is very, very popular here. Except it's not normally made with mayonnaise. It's made with vinegar, and in a lot of cases, that's sherry vinegar. Vinegar made from the sherry wine of this region. And that's exactly what this is. It also has some green onion, scallion, and Salt, of course, and I think a little garlic too, maybe. Not much, not overwhelming. Not like the soups that have tons of garlic in it. So it was really good. This will be the first course. What I noticed was people sitting at the bar were like, oh, check that guy out. Looks like they're almost done with their food. They're going to leave. Let's hang out by their seat. Doesn't work that way. Then they get another plate and another plate. And, they just bring it in waves, one after the other. You finish one plate, they take it away, and they bring you another plate. So, really cool spot. I love the atmosphere here. They got a tiny, tiny little kitchen back there, but somehow they are cranking out these plates one after the other. And so I ordered another plate, just like a local. Meanwhile, enjoy my potatoes. This is the Royal Alcazar of Seville. This is one of the top tourist attractions here, and for good reason. This thing was built in like 1,000 years ago. They started building this back when the North Africans ruled Spain and present-day Portugal. And of course they had to defend it, so they built this castle/fortress. You go inside, this is one of, no doubt, the most impressive Alcazars that you can see in Spain. You go inside and the architecture is magnificent. The tiles are spectacular. It is really a sight to behold and worth your time to go inside. I would say this, make sure you get your ticket in advance. What you see behind me here, maybe you see in the picture, these people are waiting. They already have tickets. They're waiting to get let in. On the other side of the Alcazar, that's where the line is to purchase tickets. But if you buy them in advance, then you don't have to wait in that line. And trust me, it gets long. And you come here in the summer, you're going to boil. It gets really hot. Another great thing about the Alcazar is the gardens inside. Of course, in Spain and throughout the Islamic world, water was extraordinarily important. So they celebrated with fountains and greenery and gardens, and you can see what that looks like on the inside of the Alcazar. It's really something special, not to be missed. Everyone goes to the Seville Cathedral. I think some people decide to skip this. It's right next to the cathedral. You can you can do both of them probably in half a day, and it's totally worth your time. So let's look at a little of the video inside, and you can appreciate how grand and magnificent the Seville Alcazar truly is. Behind me is the Seville Cathedral, but this originally wasn't a church, it was a mosque because, the Caliphate ruled this area for hundreds and hundreds of years, like 500 years. This part of Spain was ruled by an Islamic Caliphate. And after, in the 13th century, after the Reconquista took this, they began construction of creating a church out of it. And a couple hundred years later, what you see behind me was constructed. So this is a Gothic cathedral. It's for a while it was the largest cathedral in the entire world, in the whole entire world. Now it's, third, fourth, something like that. But it's still the largest Gothic cathedral in the world. And that Gothic style is just magnificent, absolutely incredible. And you go inside, and you can just wander for ages looking around inside there. The thing is, a lot of it is in sort of an Islamic style because during that time, after the Reconquista, a lot of Muslims stayed in Seville. They lived here, they worked here for a while, and relative harmony until they were finally kicked out by the Spanish crown. But they did live here, and because they knew how to do Islamic architecture and nothing else, that's what they built. So you'll see some signs of Islamic architecture when you walk in there. You'll also see, supposedly, where the remains of Christopher Columbus are interred. You know, he's famous for having set sail in this area for when he set sail for the New World, to the Caribbean. So that's in there, although there is some dispute as to whether it's actually his remains or not. There's some other places that claim Christopher Columbus's remains. But you go inside here and you will be wowed with what you can see inside the Seville Cathedral. So plan to spend, like I said, half a day between the Alcazar and the cathedral. And there's also plenty of good places to eat. Surprisingly, plenty of good places to eat in this neighborhood, because usually around cathedrals and stuff, you can find some pretty poor food. Although I will say, we did go into a couple of places that were bad, unfortunately. Really unfortunate. Really, really unfortunate. But we found some great places too, and we'll share those with you on our little tapas and cathedral crawl here in Seville. We're at the Convento San Leandro, and this is one of the places where you can buy convento suites here. These are cloistered nuns. You don't see them, you don't interact with them directly, you interact with them through this little lazy Susan. So what happens is you ring that bell, you talk to the nun, you tell her what you want, you put your money in there, you turn this thing around, and then she gives you your treat and your change. So what did we get? Well, this is called the Yerma de San Leandro, and this is the Pope. This is called, translates to the Pope cake, and you can see what, sorry, it's crumbly, but you can see why. It's shaped like the Pope's hat. And it's just a sugar coating inside over an egg yolk tart. So that is pure sugar. I don't know. It's a little sweet for me, but the experience is certainly worth it. I mean, where are you going to get to buy cakes from cloistered nuns? Who knew there were even cloistered nuns in this modern age? But here you can do it in Seville, Spain. This is the Plaza de Tores, which is the giant bullfighting ring here in Seville. We're not here to talk about the barbaric sport of bullfighting, though, at least not directly. You can decide what you think of bullfighting. For me, it's archaic, bloody, unnecessary, and I don't see any reason to have tens of thousands of people watch a bull be heartlessly murdered for their bloodthirsty entertainment. Your opinion may be different, but this is my channel. I get to give my opinion. The reason we're here is because this is where the climactic scene of the opera Carmen takes place. And this is where Carmen gets murdered by her lover, Don Carlos. Now, if you don't know anything about opera, and I'm certainly no expert, Carmen is one of the most popular operas in the world. It's kind of incredible because Bizet, who wrote it, never got to see its success. He died young, and when this opera came out, it was absolutely panned and trashed. But now it's one of the most beloved operas in the world. So I thought we'd come here, the site of the climax of Carmen, because Carmen has been debated over the decades as to whether it's a feminist story or an anti-feminist story, you know, because Carmen winds up being murdered. And some say, well, you know, it just shows that, you know, women who do what they want, end up getting killed. You could make that argument, make it into an anti-feminist story. I think it's a feminist story. I think what Bizet is probably saying is that he's pointing a lens at society, Spanish society at that time, and saying, look, there's no reason for women to get murdered simply because they're living the life that they choose. Carmen was a freewheeling prostitute and factory worker. I dig a little bit deeper on this, and that's why I wanted to come to the bull ring, because I don't think it's any coincidence that Don Carlos murders Carmen with a knife. He stabs her, just like the matadors in the bull ring stab the bulls. It's the exact same thing, in my opinion. And I think what it shows is not only the place of women in society at that time in Spain, but also that women were thought of as less than human, on the same level as animals, deserving to be killed if they stepped out of line in any way. So that's my opinion. You might have a different one. Put in the comments below. But this is a fascinating place, and certainly a part of Spanish culture, especially here in Andalusia, where bullfighting still reigns as a cultural event. This is Ovejas Negras, translates to black sheep. And I wonder, they put one black olive in here. I wonder if that's why. Black sheep, one black olive. Olives are really good. So impressed. All right, so got a glass of red wine. The one I wanted they were out of, so we just got a 100% Tempranillo. But it's good. I like it. All right. Grilled artichoke with garlic. Beautiful. Thank you. So, let's give this a try. Man, it is so smoky because it came off the grill. You got a beautiful little sauce here, some kind of onion reduction. It's almost like a French onion soup. Super tasty. All right. And then we got this eggplant dish to go with it. This is, they said grilled eggplant in tomato sauce with Parmesan cheese. Looks like it's got a little pesto on it. That's really hot. Yeah. Rich tomato sauce, lots of olive oil, some good cheese in there. It's not just Parmesan, they got some mozzarella or something in there too. And the eggplant is done properly. We've had some disappointing eggplant here in Seville. This is perfect. So, good stuff, thumbs up, really like it. Well, that's about it for this tapas and food crawl here around the cathedral in Alcazar of Seville. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel. If you really liked it, consider a contribution at buymeacoffee.com/destination-eat-drink. And of course, there's also the podcast. I've done a couple episodes on Seville with my friend Pilar, and she's a wealth of information. We've taken tons of her recommendations whenever we come to Seville. She's always spot on. So, come to Seville. Totally fantastic place. Wonderful tapas. Good people. I'm Brent Peterson. See you down the road. All right, postscript. I asked for la cuenta, the bill, and along with the bill came 2 test tubes filled with what I assume is sherry. Crema?
Vino dulce.
Oh, okay.
Cherry wine.
Cherry.
Yes.
Okay. It's not.
Copy?
No. Arrow.
Thank you.
Gracias. So it's cherry wine. It's not. It's not cherry. There you go. What a nice touch. That's all.